Now I'm at the point you wanna be with me. I'm vibing out at a higher frequency, cause everything that I want and I'm gonna be, it's when I wake up, that's when I start to dream. Someone you love is talking down, here is the plan. Let it fall through like a handful of sand. Nothing happens overnight, what you must understand. If you dwell on the bad, then you don't stand a chance. Something you want upset, saying why it ain't mine yet. That's because now you have yet to change your mindset. People don't put their mind to rest while they're so wired. A lot of people go to sleep and wake up tired. Power of positivity and persistence. Say that I can, we'll just sit back and witness. Make an impact when our time is done. Make money, help people, and have lots of fun. Whoa.
Welcome to Office Hours, hosted by legendary sports executive, entrepreneur, and investor David Meltzer, where the brightest entrepreneurial minds in business, sports, and entertainment get together to talk about success, failure, and everything in between.
I have no self-worth tied up in Gary Vee or Gary Vaynerchuk, the entrepreneur. My self-worth is fully and utterly 100% attached to how I treat human beings.
I think love is the answer to everything as well. Love and compassion and justice and fairness, and which are all aspects of love.
The most important question anybody can ask is, what would I do and love every day, even if I were failing?
Take a deep dive into the mind of some of the world's most impactful guests.
And the reality is, life here on Earth is very short compared to eternity, and we don't spend a lot of time thinking about eternity and what that looks like.
People get new computers, they get new iPhones, they upgrade their apps. But when's the last time we upgraded, the technology that's created all of these things?
So I always challenge my audience and people I talk to about, sometimes is there a door in your life you have to close for other doors to open?
To share their strategies and tools to dominate their respective fields.
When we repeat anything, whether it's a constructive good pattern or a destructive bad pattern, our brain reinforces it just like a muscle.
All a belief is a story that you've said over and over again. Maybe you caught it from someone else or you had a specific experience.
Know who you are, know what you want, and make adjustments trying to get there.
David Meltzer hosts Office Hours.
Welcome everybody, especially my friend Ramon Ray, Glenn Lundy, Scott Simon, and the rest of the crew, Mary Lynn as well. I am a regular. I am a fan of the Breakfast of Champions and have incorporated my trainings I've been doing for over 26 years, and it's expanded as well. We're super excited to have my brothers in the house. We'll be in New York, by the way, Ramon and Glenn, at Fanatics Fest, with just a tremendous amount of cool people that I think you would love to meet. If Gary can make it back from his Cannes trip, he's going to join up. But we got Victor Cruz and Michael Chandler and Marshall Falk. And why don't you check out Fanatics Fest at the Jacob Javits Center coming up? We would love to see both of you in New York as my guest. Please let me know if you need passes, anything. I'll share a stage with you. We can do some content together, and I'm making that invite out to the Breakfast of Champions. Anyone in New York, come and join us. We will have stage time, meetup, holding court, VIP dinners, and hopefully I can convince Ramon or Glenn or Scott to join me, or anyone else in here. So guys, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you this weekend. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. You got it. And the only reason I want you there, Glenn, is so I don't have to be there. You can just be there, and then we'll think it's me.
I'll just be your voice from behind the curtain.
Yeah, like the Wizard of Oz. It's perfect. It's perfect. All right. Anyway, let's get this party started. It is Friday morning here in California, 6:03 a.m., and we are blessed to be here across all platforms. Believe it or not, we have almost 200,000 people registered for our free Friday tradings on all of our platforms, and we are over 7 figures in how many people watch the replay. So you guys are making a great impact, and I want to thank you. But let's hand it off to the Nick of Wam, the Well-Oiled Machine. We are launching a new podcast called The Well-Oiled Machine, where Nick and I go through our time management. If anyone, we take specific parts of our calendar. We're working on making it friendly and fun. We will actually start posting them after 10 episodes, holding to what I think is the best way to launch different content. You got to practice and get it right. And also, if you do 10 podcasts, you're in the top 1%. So you can tell people you're in the top 1%. That's because everybody, the drifters, the 98%ers, they all quit before 10 podcasts. Anyway, Nick of Wam, are you here?
Awesome here. Come on now.
Want to say hi to my brothers? Want to say hi to my brothers?
Of course. I gotta give some love. G. Lundy, it's been way too long. Ramon Ray, I'm still learning from the best. I can't even bring that amount of energy or bring that big of a smile to David's face. So I'm going to be taking a page from your book, my friend, in terms of introductions and emceeing. But more than anything, always want to share love with this entire community. Mary Lynn, Scott Simon, the list goes on and on and on of all the incredible people here. Dave, I'm going to go ahead and set the room as we're already 5 minutes into the first quarter. We got to get started with this training. How does that sound?
That sounds more than fair. And thank you, Nick of Wam. Oh, by the way, today's training is about our incredible AI. So I use Exa.ai, not ChatGPT. So I notated this program. If you guys want it, it'll change your life, your business, personally and professionally. Why Exa.ai is the search engine of the future, and understanding what that means for all AI. We're going to get into it because I think along with reading and cold calling, practicing AI with Exa.ai is important, or whatever one you want to use. But go ahead, Nick of Wammer, get this thing started.
Absolutely, and happy Friday, everybody. Of course, welcome to David's Free Friday training, whether you're joining us online, which we are live on every single platform, or if you're here in the Breakfast with Champions. As David mentioned, today's topic is why Exa.ai is the search engine of the future. So David is going to guide us for the first 30 minutes, and then we will open it up for Q&A as we get into the second half. If you are joining us online, please make sure to put your questions into the chat. And if you're live here on Clubhouse, if you're on stage, please just put a note in the room chat. I'll be happy to pass the mic over your way. Of course, if you're in the audience, please use the hand icon to request to join the stage. And of course, we will bring you up. And as David mentioned, we have some incredible opportunities. Always want to invite, but not obligate people to join us. Next week, we're going to be at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles for our SoFi Stadium Mastermind and VIP dinner. The following week, we'll be in New York City for Fanatics Fest with all the biggest names, and then venturing on to what is the Aspire Business Growth event 2025. Damon John, Gary Vee, Kevin Costner, Tim Story, David Meltzer, and so many more. Always invitations, not obligations. But if you'd like to join us, people, just make sure to reach out to David directly. David@dmeltzer.com. And more importantly, join the text community so you get the reminders on where David's going to be, especially when we have a schedule like we do, and you have one heck of a month this week. Me and David need it more than anybody because it gives us the reminders on where we're going to be and where we're at. So, and that is just 949-298-2905. All right, David, let's get this training rocking and rolling. Turn it over to you, my friend.
Yeah, just a couple additions. We're going to be at VidCon. I'll be there except for if I'm needed early for Fanatics Fest or for the Business Growth Con with Aspire. Super excited about sharing a stage with Kevin Costner. So today's a big day for us. And Looking forward to Dubai, Zanzibar, and Tanzania as well. Once again, remember the guide, the training guide and exercise is available. So if you want the how to use Exa.ai as a search engine or any AI as a search engine and why it's a search engine of the future, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'd be happy to send it to you. So we prepare coaching guides, programs, and exercises, not just for our private networking group, but for everyone. So please, everyone, reach out, get the guide. You're going to spend the time. You're not going to remember 99% of what I say. You'll have a reference point to go back, as well as the replays are available. So I want to thank you, david@dmeltzer.com, to get that. I'll remind you during the training. So understanding AI first is understanding, to me, three things we need to teach our children and teach ourselves in order to create a great distinction and value of distinction in the marketplace. And one of those things is AI. You need to practice AI. You need to learn AI in that practice as well. And you have to practice the right way. And today we're going to talk about why, and why it is the future of all searches and leads and funnels. It's the social silo that will not only receive, but it will give back. It's the infinite loop of giving. As a reminder, the other two things are reading. We need to read more so you know the difference between real and imagination. It is a capability that's diminishing, and those who have that capability will do extremely well and live at ease. And then also, I mentioned earlier, the masters, Scott Simon, Glenn Lundy, as well, Ramon Ray. You better learn to cold call. And, I suggest knocking on doors for a year. If you do that, that capability is being diminished around the world. People, they're going to be relying on AI to do that. And the human beings that know the difference between real and fake, and the human beings that know how to cold call, get people to call them back, you're going to kill it. And it all leads back to AI. So the complement that you need in order to facilitate the use of this social silo of Exa.ai or any other AI platform as a search silo, I call it, is extraordinary, but it will be amplified by your capability, not only to practice AI, but to practice reading to find the difference between real and imagination, and cold calling, the capability of getting people to get back to you. Trust me, those are the three things that we're going to talk about today that add this value, all relative to the future of not only lead generation, funnel, platform, and community. In today's fast-paced digital landscape, all the traditional methods of the lead generation, funnel living, community building are quickly becoming obsolete. The endless cold calls to sell, the email blasts, the cold list scrubbings are no longer enough to build a meaningful community and connection to drive the growth that is possible, probable, that should be your perspective. Now we enter things like Exa.ai, which is the powerful AI-driven platform that I use that not only finds opportunities, but helps you to connect with the real ones, the right ones in real time, and then reach out back to them. This paradigm has shifted very quickly, and it's caused a great gap in the value chain. Rather than focusing on gathering as many leads as possible, things like Exa.ai focuses on cultivating high quality relationships, community that convert into long-term relationships of people buying from you and selling for you for life. This will create, historically and in the future, unbelievable business growth. This guide is available for you, as I mentioned, david@dmeltzer.com, so we can all explore and practice why things like Exa.ai is a game changer in not only lead generation, as a social silo engagement and connection and community, and it actually has a capability of utilizing its own self to feed the systems that are created already. It can show you how to leverage its capabilities to build these meaningful, relevant communities of people that buy from you and sell for you for life. not just targeting a specific audience, but targeting those that are at your frequency, your neighborhood, your community. As businesses thrive and strive for authenticity, to find their essence, the relevance that resonates at an intuitive level beyond intellect and inspiration, to develop these deeper relationships with people that are buying from you and selling for you for life. Things like Exa.ai are here to redefine how we approach all of these different things in the aspect of the high quality customers that we're looking for, the engagement, connection, lead generation, funnels, etc., to feed the system that's been created to us that is so smart. We're going to look at the evolution of how things in AI nurtures these situations as a social silo and the actionable steps that you can take to future proof your own community and your own outreach and the own subconscious of outreach that exists today because of things like Exa.ai. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting to explore all the AI driven tools, you'll learn how AI can help you find the right leads, engage with them on a deeper level, build and engage the community so they buy from you and sell for you for life, and elevate your brand, your presence in this AI social siloed world. Let's look first at the evolution of leads. Traditional methods rely on lists. These are qualified lists of who we think they are. These lists of cold leads are no longer effective in a world driven by the social silo, by the personalized, intent-based community connections that AI helps to bridge the gap between data and meaningful interactions, a community of people buying from you and selling for you for life. We need to turn the traditional lead generation platforms into real conversations that matter. We need to not only stimulate interest, but actually get people to call us back, and then be able to transition that interest into a shared vision, and then be able to quantify or articulate the quantifiable value to exceed what we're asking for. So many times people are relying on purchase contact lists or collected lists or automated email sequences, but yet things like Exa.ai enables real-time connection based on shared essence, shared intent, community involvement, social silo understanding, and facilitating, making easier conversations that lead to this community of people buying from each other and selling for each other for life. The shift from the cold outreach to the AI assisted engagement ensures you no longer have to chase after these prospects. There's a system created that will allow you to draw in the people of your frequency network and community, and then feed those people accordingly to the relevance of what they're looking at and how long they're participating in your perpetual content, your social silo. They're now drawn to you based on a genuine essence and relevance and intuition, as well as their intelligence and inspiration. The first thing we need to do is embrace this. We need to embrace the AI-powered tools like Exa.ai to match the intent of our potential customers, vendors, associates, and community members. We need to engage in the essence of their skills, their knowledge, and their desire. We need to engage to find out what to help you with, and do you know anyone that can help me? Because this is a community of people that are buying from each other and selling for each other for life. We need to have relevant, intuitive conversations aligned with where we want to be or better with these people that show interest in our subject matter, topic, or expertise, provided to them by a social silo, which was created by capturing our essence, modifying it, amplifying it, and creating a perpetual social silo, a rabbit hole for those people who now find us, not by our websites. When you say, hey, have you ever heard of Ramon Ray or Glenn Lundy? You don't go to RamonRay.com. I'm not even sure if there is a RamonRay.com. You don't go to glundy.com. I'm not sure there is a glundy.com. You just go to your favorite platform, type in their name, find them, and then start sinking into their social silo. And when you do so, Not only will you have a much more aligned, essence based search, but the longer you stay and the more interested you are than interesting, the more time that you stay in their social silo, no matter what changes occur on each and every platform, these platforms are programmed, no matter what, to feed you what you like to eat. I'm going to repeat that. The platforms, regardless of the changes that they made, are built to feed you what you like to eat. So if you like to eat G. Lundy, if you like to eat Ramon Ray, if you like to eat Scott Simon, if you like to eat David Meltzer, and you stay in their social silos, regardless of the platform you like to be served on, they will keep feeding you their essence, their skills, their knowledge, and their desires according to the subject matter, topic, or expertise that you want to be fed. Now, we have a shift that is taking place, that needs to take place, from the outbound to the AI-powered engagement. Engagement equals an exponentiality of productivity. The best example I use is in sports. If you don't believe me, Tom Brady may be the greatest player of all time, but if he's sitting on the bench, what good is he? Tom Brady 100% engaged in the game is extremely valuable. Tom Brady on the bench is worth shit. So many times we're only interested in having Tom Brady on our team, but he is on the bench. Updated methods like blind outreach and cold calling no longer work as effectively as they used to. It's things like the Exa.ai or others that replace these methodologies with an intelligent, intuitive, inspirational, content-aware engagement built from the social silo to feed them what they want to eat. This is what builds the meaningful relationships, people who want to buy from you and sell for you, making all these traditional tactics nearly obsolete. AI's engines match leads with your content skills and expertise, your desires, and align it with what's doing well, what's stable, what you think is doing well, as those people that are enjoying your content in your social silo, in your perpetual database, that allows them to point out and indicate what they want to be fed, just like a menu at a store, ordering every day whatever you feel like eating, and then it naturally on any platform feeds it back, creating this ongoing dialogue, conversation that creates engagement, but that nurtures this relationship over time via technology and the human essence, making humans more human. That is the purpose of all technology. All technology is not here to replace human beings. It's here to make humans more human. And so we got to make sure that people utilize it in that manner. And hopefully there's more good behaviors than bad behaviors in the human nature continuum. AI allows you to focus on building the relationship with qualified people, aligned, synergistic, supplementary to where you want to be or better, rather than spending time on generic outbound methods that yield limited results. AI allows you to focus on not only building relationship, but engaging them with qualified quantitative value rather than spending time, again, in a lost overselling, back-end selling manner that has been utilized for over centuries. In utilization and optimization, our lead generation strategy with AI-powered engagement is a necessity. Understanding when we capture our content, our brand, our solution, services, etc., and we modify it to the platforms that we feel best suit our community. And then that community is amplifying that by telling people and sharing people and talking to people so that they enter your perpetual database, your social silo, and they start ordering off of the menu and eating down into the rabbit hole of your brand, service, product, solution, etc. And then the automatic feeding occurs, where every day when they turn on their platform, you are there to feed them more of what they want. This is how it fosters deeper connections by engaging in a meaningful, value-driven, conversational way. And this will change your life. Get Tom Brady on your team, but get him off the bench. Get him engaged on the field. And I promise you the exponentiality, the acceleration, the aggregation of more community of people that are buying from you and selling for you for life will appear and continue to perpetuate itself. Now, how does AI help us find the right people? Well, there is a numbers game, almost 8 billion people that are available, a total addressable community that's never been seen before. So the idea of a qualified lead is irrelevant. What we want is the people at the same frequency, the same community that learn about each other and know how they can help each other and want to help each other, and then facilitate, on average, the 1,000 people that each of those individuals know. In its essence, if you can just get one person to enter your social silo by meeting them in person, on the phone, via email, or from other platforms on social media, and we get them to read the menu, order from the menu, and eat from the menu, they will be buying from you and selling for you for life in a matter of time. It's contextual intelligence over generic searching. This is what AI does. This is what Exa.ai does exceptionally well. AI doesn't just surface names, it understands the context according to your brand, product, service, or solution. And each of the people that belong to the community enter the neighborhood, the social silo, the perpetual database. We get to examine the behaviors, good and bad, of where they want to be or better, to align with what's doing well, what's stable, and what we think is going to be doing well in the future, to align with what they're ordering. Things like Exa.ai are all different search engines utilize this intelligence to connect you with the people who are genuinely aligned with your value, your essence, your skills, your knowledge of who and what, and your desires. I do so many of these VIP dinners. I know we're in 200 cities, and you can just come and meet us in masterminds and all of our holding courts and speaking events and interviews, TV shows, all the things that we're involved in every new city that we enter. Our team utilizes tools, including Exa.ai, to find local executives and entrepreneurs who align with our mission by a frequency, by an essence, not by title, not by demographic. We fill our rooms, overfill our rooms. It's been amazing, the quality of people. The first thing that people mention when they come to any one of our things that we're doing is, I love the energy, I love your community, I love the essence of what you're doing. The potential clients, partners, and all like-minded people expand our community each and every day, in person, on the phone, via email, and social media, because of the social silos, because of the feeding mechanism that exists in this search engine. AI-powered intelligence helps you stand out by showcasing the unique value offered, not just the volume of the leads that you generate. Ensure that your content that you're capturing is aligned with your essence. That's why the well-oiled machine, Nick and I, are doing this podcast. But in doing the podcast, we're just practicing 10 episodes before anybody gets posted anywhere. We want to ensure that it's at our essence, and that we ensure that the content that we're capturing is aligned with what people are needing, ordering, and feeding, to be more interested, to listen for what our community, our frequency is demanding and commanding, working with one another. When we leverage AI to refine our messaging over these 10 episodes of the well-oiled machine with the Nick of Wam, we will connect with the appropriate people, accelerate, aggregate, and compound exponentially the membership, the subscription base of that podcast, The Well-Oiled Machine, that will match our subject matter, topic, and expertise. The next lesson is how AI engages and nurtures the people, the community, and the neighborhood that we found, because it serves deeper, not louder. You want to serve deeper, not louder. To serve deeper, you need to know your skills, knowledge, and desire. You need to know your essence. You need to know what's resonating with people. When I say what's resonating with people, I'm not just talking about, oh my God, I love David Meltzer. I'm talking about, I hate David Meltzer. He's like Tabasco in a wound, because if somebody cares that deeply about me to hate me, I want to know why. I want to learn, because they're apt to, if get and re-engineer that vision, they're most likely to be the greatest supporters of David Meltzer if we can learn why. And if not, they become my greatest teachers. AI doesn't just focus on generating the most amount of people. It focuses on connecting the right people with the right ideas in the right time. Can you think of anything more valuable? The right people at the right time? This approach ensures that your engagement is a quantitative value. It's relevant and resonates. It's not just loud. Rather than chasing after large volumes of people, fake followers, and fake leads, things like the Exa.ai that I use is prioritize building deep connection, frequency-based connections, relationships that turn into people buying from me and selling for me for life. It provides a catalyst to growth, exponential and accelerated growth. These quality interactions will always far outweigh the quantitative ones. Well, be yourself. And in this AI's intelligent system ensures that you're connecting with leads who resonate, either think deeply, feel deeply about your brand for the positive or the negative, but they know who you are. Protecting you from the people that listen to them in the negative and promoting you with the people that love what you do and provide the qualitative value of a community of people that are going to buy from you and sell for you for life. We need to focus on delivering value to a smaller group of highly relevant, resonating individuals that will buy from us and sell for us for life. Let things like Exa.ai and other AI track the quality of the connections to ensure the deeper engagement. Get Tom Brady off the bench, get him in a productive, accessible, and gracious role on your team. Get the GOAT off the bench. Get the deeper engagement. Nick, you good there?
You had muted. I got you now. Sorry, you cut out there for a second on Clubhouse. You were good.
Okay, thank you. All right. I was saying that we want to make sure that these connections are appropriately aligned for the insurance of the deeper engagement. The future is essence, not volume. The future is the skills, knowledge, and desire aligned with a community of people that will buy from you and sell for you for life. The future is in that community aligned with the skills, knowledge, and desire of what's doing well, what's stable, and what you think is going to do well according to industry, careers, and jobs, according to the subject matter topics and expertise. And it is AI that can synthesize all of these criteria in order to facilitate, to make easy the building of that community. Visibility isn't just about shouting the loudest, having the most fake followers. It's about what's resonating deeply with the right people at the right time. It's AI that helps you achieve this and prioritizes the essence in the connectivity, in the community and neighborhood that buys from you and sells for you for life. Remember, the fastest way to get to where you want to be is find someone that's already there and ask them for directions, but it's also, how can I help other people get to where they want to be or better? Buying from each other and selling for each other for life. Stop competing for attention in a very noisy marketplace. AI ensures your authenticity, your essence is your greatest strength. Moving it to communities and neighborhoods of people that resonate with you, that feel strongly either for or against what you're saying, either protecting you from those that feel you are not their cup of tea and getting more and more people to defend you that you are. Leveraging AI can attract the right people, the right ideas, in the right community that will foster meaningful connections that ensure we're buying from each other and selling for each other for life. And we codify it with the overlap agreement, an agreement that's a modern day handshake, a codification, a memorialization of, hey, this is what I'm going to try to do for you. This is what you're going to try to do for me. This is what I'm going to try to pay you. This is what I'm going to try to get paid by you. And circumstantially, we'll figure out how best that works in each individual case by case. Instead of creating a binding, non-realistic expectation in a community of people that want to help each other and know people that help each other, but are too caught up in the need to be offended when they're trying to outwit circumstance, trying to outwit time, value, and emotion changing. Crazy. If anybody would like the overlap agreement, email me or the training, david@dmeltzer.com. David, that's my first name, means beloved, at dmeltzer. Meltzer means servant or waiter. So beloved servant, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com. We all need to build our brands, products, solutions, or services, personal brands rooted in our essence, our neighborhood, our community, with value and harmony and clarity, knowing the mathematical equation of coincidence, of luck, what we pay attention to and what we give intention to by doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing at our essence will equal those coincidences, those consequences, those results and outcomes, or better. Use AI to amplify your message and ensure that the right people find you at the right time. In an era of AI, harmony, clarity, relevance, relationships are our newest competitive edge. Leverage things like Exa.ai to be who you are and deliver the quantitative value of who you are, and let AI bring the right people at the right time through you for others. The power of AI, the power of things like Exa.ai will build the neighborhood for you, the community for you, the lasting connection of people buying from each other and selling for each other for life, a guarantee formula for legacy and success. The future of business is no longer about casting a wide net and hoping for the best, not buying what you think other people think. It's about understanding the community and its intent of what they're doing, saying, thinking, feeling, believing, and resonating with your skills, knowledge, and desire to align with the business, to the careers, jobs, and industries that are doing well, stable, and you think are doing well. Building all of these relevant conversations to stimulate interest, transition interest, share a vision, manage and develop a vision so you can thrive and nurture the relationships in the neighborhood that go far, far, far beyond the one-time transactions that people mostly live in and wonder why they can't get to where they want to be or better. AI is the key to unlocking the future, offering us a seamless way for humans to be more human, to take an AI-driven human approach that puts quality over quantity, connection over noise. By embracing AI's power, you're not just going to find those people, you're going to cultivate a lasting legacy of people who buy from each other and sell for each other, a lasting legacy of trust, value, resonance, and relevance, according to your skills, knowledge, and desire, your essence. This platform does not just bring prospects to you, it brings them through you. It helps you understand their needs and feed those needs in a continuous subconscious mechanism to engage them with a meaning, a relevancy, and position yourself as the authority that they can rely on according to the subject matter, topic, and expertise that you want to be the authority in according to your essence. Whether you're creating content or hosting podcasts or engaging on social media, running businesses, or just trying to run your family, AI's intelligent matchmaking ensures that the right people find you and that your interactions resonate with their needs and keep on feeding those needs. You need to capture your essence, your skills, your knowledge, and your desire. You need to modify it according to the platforms that you want to put that capture on. It will amplify itself through the relationships of your community and others, creating a social silo, a perpetual database, a rabbit hole with a menu so that others can select the pieces and parts of David Meltzer, Ramon Ray, Scott Simon, or Glenn Lundy that you love. And when they order that, we start feeding them. And the more they eat and the longer they stay, the more they'll be fed tomorrow. It's the search engine that searches for you. AI is the search engine that searches for you, regardless of how they change. Whatever diabolical analytics they change, it's not going to matter. The system is based upon the search engine that searched for you. In a world increasingly driven by AI, the businesses that thrive will be those who prioritize their essence, that live in harmony, balance, and focus to create the clarity, connection of the community, the neighborhood, the people that are going to buy from each other and sell for each other for life. It's things like Exa.ai that I use that empowers me to do just that. It's time to stop chasing and to start attracting and feeding the right ones. The future of search is here. It's built on these meaningful connections and community. It's AI that will show us the way to capture, modify, amplify, and perpetuate our essence, to stimulate interest, transition interest, share a vision, manage and develop that vision, and thrive. Our ultimate goal in the road to revenue is to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. AI is the search engine that searches for you, and it's the search engine of the future. If you would like the guide or the overlap agreement, the exercises according to the search engine of the future that searches for you to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun, email me, the beloved servant, David, beloved, at dmeltzer.com, David at dmeltzer.com. Please join me on the road to revenue each and every Friday. We've been doing this for over 26 years. Join us at SoFi Stadium. Join us at VidCon. Join us at Fanatics Fest. Join us at the #1 2025 Business Growth Conference with Gary Vee, myself, Tim Story, Kevin Costner, so many more. Just check it out. I'm blessed to be a part of it. We'd love to see you. And that's just the start. David at dmeltzer.com. Nick of Wam, we are more than halfway, but it's time to take some questions of the day. Why don't you yourself reset the room and go ahead and let's take some questions.
Absolutely. And thank you, David, for another incredible training today. Of course, today's topic has been why Exa.ai is the search engine of the future. And as we transition through...
I changed the topic. I changed it. Why it's the search engine of the future that searches for you.
Ooh, even deeper, more depth. So always figuring out more depths as we work through things. And I love that we're always illuminating the fact that we are able to adapt through all the incredible activity that we have. Now as we all right, now as we transition into what is the second half of this training, of course, it is time for Q&A. For everybody that's joining us online, as a reminder, put your questions in the chat. If you're live here on Clubhouse, please request to join the stage if you have a question and are in the audience. Of course, if you're already on stage, please just put a quick note in the room chat and I will be happy to pass the mic over your way. Now, it wouldn't be a Free Friday training if we weren't kicking it off with the Meltzer Double. No family affiliation, but true kindred spirits, as of course he's an incredible part of our community. We got the phenomenal Mr. Eric Meltzer, who's been patiently waiting. Eric, it's always good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. Feel free to unmute yourself and kick us off with the first question.
Well, thanks so much, Nick and David. Two questions. First, how do you actually spell the name of the AI?
Oh, Exa. Yeah, Exa.ai is Exa.ai. When I moved over from ChatGPT to Exa.ai, it was a game changer. And so, there's so many different things that you can use. I highly suggest trying it out, practicing with it, and seeing the difference that it makes in your life.
Cool. And the bigger question I have is, how does one identify their essence that is most worthy of broadcasting and accelerating or leveraging AI? How does one figure out what of their essences is most relatable to other people looking to do business with?
Great question. So understanding how I categorize it, you can customize it, personalize it off of what I do. What I do to find my essence is take inventory of the skills that I have and want to develop. The knowledge of who today that I know and who I'd like to know, of the knowledge of what I know and what I'd like to know, and what I desire aligned in my divine direction of where I want to be or better. according to what's stable, what's doing well today, and what I think will do well in the future. And so when I take into consideration that, then I understand my essence, I understand my divine direction. I have the resilience to the detours to make them divine, and resilience to time to make it divine as well.
Thank you so much. It makes perfect sense.
That's a rarity, but good. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Eric. Take care.
I love it. Thank you, Eric, for always showing up and joining us, my friends. And for our next question, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the incredible Aubrey. Aubrey, it's always good to see you here. Happy Friday. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
Well, hello. Thank you.
Well, hello.
Hello. It's been a year, and I finally figured out how to get on this platform.
Nice.
Glad to be here.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. So my question is about the relationships. Once you've established them, I care more about people than actually business. And sometimes it's awkward for me to ask for what I need because I don't want to appear as though I'm transactional, and I want them to know that I'm not just there to get something from them. How do you manage that where you, because obviously you're there for a reason, but you still want to establish that friendship? How do you navigate that?
Well, first of all, this is one of the biggest challenges that people have. So thank you for asking it. We feel as if, we should be providing service or value, and that asking does not provide service or value. I disagree. If you ask for less than you're giving, then you're giving. And so you need to feel comfortable and confident and stop cheating other people by not asking. First of all, if we want to make people feel the best or to their potential, then give them an opportunity to be capable to help you. So people that are capable of helping you and help you feel the best at the highest capacity that they can. And so understanding that we have an accountability to articulate the quantitative value of what we're asking for to be less than what we are giving them. And so, for me, I love asking for help, one, because it provides someone the best feeling of being able and capable of helping me. And two, if I can ask them and articulate the quantitative value of what I'm giving them to exceed what I'm asking them for, even better. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to think about it. It definitely changes it and makes it, feels like I get it. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you soon at our SoFi Mastermind, I'm sure. Always a regular at our dinners, masterminds, meetups, holding courts, and an incredible, beautiful soul in our neighborhood. Aubrey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Awesome. And as we continue on with this incredible Q&A, I'm going to pass it over to Colleen. Colleen, happy Friday. What do you got for us in terms of
Happy Friday. Thank you, guys. Hello, everybody. My question, I love the conversation around not only pragmatically using AI, but incorporating the words essence and harmony, because I feel like it brings that kind of human element back into the conversation. After experiencing COVID, there was, I think, a step back of human connection, that emotional connection people have with each other. So AI, I think, is like another layer of maybe some fear-based thought process of it's going to give us less connection, but it's, having those words incorporated into how it's going to allow you to connect with more people instead, I think is a great element about it. How are you utilizing it in your daily practices in order to create more emotional connections every day?
Oh, I'm practicing, so I don't just utilize. And so I've been primarily working on Exa.ai. I went from ChatGPT to Exa.ai because it had a greater capacity to, in machine learning, be more like the consciousness of others and myself. In order to make an emotional connection, to put the energy in motion aligned with where I want to be or better, to have the actual consciousness of the synthesizing of data that takes so long from 0 to 1, I now can get from 0 to 1 in the synthesized data that exists either in my consciousness or Einstein's consciousness or multiple group consciousnesses or mastermind consciousnesses in order to facilitate the 1 to 100. And so utilizing Exa.ai as a capability to be more human, this allows me to have greater connection with more humans. And so instead of just being loud and, doing pranks on YouTube, my mission of empowering others to empower others, I now have a great tool that's taking up what used to take up 80% of my time in minutes and moments. And to facilitate, to make easy the 0 to 1 has had an incredible empowering effect and impact on me as a leader to empower others, to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun, as well as empowering me to make more money, help more people, and have more fun. So it's been just an incredible capability, which I've experienced, for 33 years, since 1992, when I had the first experience of the internet and made it my career to sell legal research online. It's no difference whether it was the internet or middleware to Web 1, Web 2, Web 2.5, Web 3, whatever it may be, in the capacity of the internet, in the capacity of middleware, in the capacity of hardware, and now in the capacity of blockchain and AI, it all is the same to me. It is, how is it enhancing, amplifying, perpetuating my essence, my capability, skills, knowledge, and desire aligned with where I want to be or better, according to what's doing well and stable, and what I think is doing well. And within the context of that framework, it allows all of us to be more human, which creates more human relationships.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Awesome, Nick and Ron, why don't you reset the room as we're coming into the last 10 minutes. I've been over this over 26 years. In October, it'll be 27 years. We got some great travel ahead of us. If anybody wants the exercises, guides, the overlap agreement, even if you're not in our private networking group, just reach out, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com.
Beautiful. And we are moving through what is the fourth quarter. Everybody put fours in the air as we are continuing to rock and roll with some Q&A as we wrap up this incredible Free Friday training. David, I don't want to misspeak. I know we are talking about why Exa.ai is the search engine of the future, but remind me of the second depth that you added to that in terms of the topic.
Oh, it's a search. AI itself is the search engine of the future. I prefer Exa.ai, and I'm not paid by them to say that. It's just what I'm using, and I always want to push on the best SaaS solutions, the best AI solutions, the best people for social media management, whatever it may be. Just want to serve because I've spent millions of dollars qualifying and vetting these things. But it is, AI is the search engine of the future that searches for you.
Absolutely. And as we continue with this Q&A, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are online, put your questions in the chat. And if you are live here on Clubhouse, either put a note in the room chat or request to join the stage, and we will be happy to pass the mic over your way. Speaking of Mike, for our next question, we have the incredible Mike Allen, who is here with our next question. So, Mike, it is great to see you here, my friend. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
Good morning. How we doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. How are you?
Fantastic. So the question is, and something I really want to emphasize that you said that was super important in that, is serving deeper, not louder. The question regarding that is, why do you think some people are still chasing after larger volumes of leads and not really prioritizing building those deeper connections still, even with us having these tools now that we can use like Exa?
Why are people not using it? Is that what you're asking?
Why are people still chasing volume but not focused on deeper connections? Where you're focused on the deeper connections side of things, and most people are still chasing volume.
Because it makes us feel good when we think that people like us. So volume, when you're speaking loud, you think, more people follow you. That's why people buy fake followers, or because it makes them feel good to be what they want other people to think they are. Recently I had a horrible experience. One of my dear friends who I've known for almost 30 years, an incredible soul, John Brankus. He was a creator of sports science on ESPN. I think he has 6 Emmy Awards and beautiful family, exited his business, obviously very wealthy, but he struggled. And he struggled and did not communicate his need for help. And we lost him last Saturday, Mike. And all I could think about was how loud sports science was, how loud, the TV stuff that he was doing. And it brought no fulfillment. Brought no fulfillment as he struggled with depression and emptiness and couldn't even communicate it and ask for help. And losing him reminded me of exactly what you're asking. Why do people have a need to be what other people think they are? Why do they have a need to please? We need to take inventory with AI of ourselves. Right? We need the search engine to be the search engine that searches for us and searches inside of us at our essence, to be satisfied with our skills, our knowledge, and our desire, and ask for help when we're sad, when we're depressed, when we're anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, separate, inferior, superior. Express our feelings, what we're struggling with, and not worry about how many followers we have, how many awards we got, how many people think we're happy, or what other people think or what we think they think. There's a huge energy gap, Mike, between I am and this is what I want people to think I am. It causes us not to ask for help. It causes us not to be vulnerable. We can't solve the secret. I spent years in sales and I used to tell people, you can't sell a secret. You can't sell a secret. I don't really give a shit whether you sell a secret or not. I care. I can't solve a secret. And so we need to illuminate our essence, our vulnerability, our humility, the journey of tranquility within humanity, humility in that vulnerability of asking for help, the 3 beautiful words, ask for help. And now we can get to somewhere that we want to be or better. Now we reduce the resistance, we shorten the distance, not only with wisdom by asking for help, but faith. Faith in something bigger than us that loves us, protects us, promotes us, perfects us more than our mom. And our mission, all powerful, all knowing source to make us an unbelievable resource in that infinite, abundant, unified system of thought that we belong to. Think about it. How close are you closing that energy gap between I am and this is what I think I am? AI can help you do that from 0 to 1. It'll get you from 1 to 100. All right, Nick of Guam. Thank you very much, Michael, by the way. Nick of Guam, we have time for one more family friend, if you don't mind. We haven't taken any online. We have plenty of people here. So what do you say, Jay?
We got the incredible Amanda up next, who's been patiently waiting live here on Clubhouse. Amanda, close us out with the final question of the day. The mic is yours.
I guess it was maybe just a little expansion on what was just shared. I did not know him, but actually just caught someone saying, how sad. And the first thing that I came across was the very Monday before he lost his life, was this salute across America, live-a-thon with every amazing, magical person across the entire country doing all of these incredible things for veterans and military groups, and just how they're contributing and the reason behind it. And he's the one putting it all together. And ESPN's mention is, just forging the way, pioneering something that's never been done. And it's just said he didn't ask for help. And I think an important takeaway here is, that feedback versus faith, how we're putting ourselves out in the world. needs to be right, but also like what we see on the surface isn't always the, the best depiction of what's really going on. And so I would almost encourage that if, instead of if someone doesn't seem like they're doing that well, almost like look for who's got everything going and like literally like just shoving movements like all over the globe. Maybe check in on them a little more.
You think? Yeah. I find it interesting because I've been blessed to surround myself with those people, those billionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers for over 35 years. And what I found is the most surprising question that I can ask them is, how can I be of service or value to you? How can I help you? Or what it help you with? I can't tell you how many of those influential people that are helping other people, when you ask them, how can I be of service? How can I be of value? What did it help you with? How can I help you? Whatever questions it is, how often they break down and let you know that nobody ever asked them that. So I think it's really important, Amanda, to give them permission. How can I help? What can I do to be of service or value? What did it help you with? To facilitate, to make easy the requests so that they're not cheating us. Not just cheating us of feeling good by being capable of helping them, but not sometimes, as my friend John Branca is, not cheating us of their livelihood, their life, their contribution, collaboration, coordination in this human experience. And I appreciate what and how we all show up, and we always can do better. We always can try to facilitate giving people more of what they like and taking away what they don't like, or more of what's working and take away what's not working, or more of what they know or take away what they don't know. So we all can make more money, help more people, and have more fun. In other words, be happy. Well, it's 7 a.m. on the dot here in the Pacific time zone. That leaves us to hand this off. I want to remind you, if you like the guides, books, exercises from today, David@dmeltzer.com. Include the overlap agreement if you'd like that virtual handshake document to memorialize helping one another, buying from each other, selling for each other. David@dmeltzer.com. Join us at SoFi Stadium. Join us at VidCon. Join us at Fanatic Fest. And join us at the Aspire Business Tour. Any one of those in the next week or so will be rocking and rolling. Meetups, holding courts, VIP dinners, raising money for charity with a purpose and a cause. Be a part of a community that wants to help one another and those people that help one another. Join us, David@dmeltzer.com. Nick of Guam, please close out the room.
Absolutely. And thank you, David, again for another incredible training today.
Thank you, everyone. Once again, please reach out, David@dmeltzer.com. If you want to be invited, not obligated, to the over 200 things we're doing, speeches, interviews, meeting courts, holding court, VIP dinners, masterminds, etc., TV shows, and even movies, text me. Join our text community. If you don't want to be invited to any of that shit with cool people, do not text me. So please text me 949-298-2905 or David@dmeltzer.com. David@dmeltzer.com. Remember, most importantly, be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Hit it, Gigi.
Welcome to Office Hours, hosted by legendary sports executive, entrepreneur, and investor David Meltzer, where the brightest entrepreneurial minds in business, sports, and entertainment get together to talk about success, failure, and everything in between.
I have no self-worth tied up in Gary Vee or Gary Vaynerchuk, the entrepreneur. My self-worth is fully and utterly 100% attached to how I treat human beings.
And I think love is the answer to everything as well. Love and compassion and justice and fairness, and which are all aspects of love.
The most important question anybody can ask is, what would I do and love every day, even if I were failing?
Take a deep dive into the mind of some of the world's most impactful guests.
And the reality is, life here on Earth is very short compared to eternity, and we don't spend a lot of time thinking about eternity and what that looks like.
People get new computers, they get the new iPhones, they upgrade their apps. But when's the last time we upgraded, the technology that's created all of these things?
So I always challenge my audience and people I talk to about sometimes is there a door in your life you have to close for other doors to open?
To share their strategies and tools to dominate their respective fields.
When we repeat anything, whether it's a constructive good pattern or a destructive bad pattern, our brain reinforces it just like a muscle.
All a belief is a story that you've said over and over again. Maybe you caught it from someone else or you had a specific experience.
Know who you are, know what you want, and make adjustments trying to get there.
David Meltzer hosts Office Hours.